So now, as promised, I'm going to show you the remainder of my left-hand piano part arranged for guitar for Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. This is bars 36 through 67. It's roughly the second half of the piece. And again, we're using picking fingers, mostly flat-picked, but plucking wherever you have a bass note on a non-adjacent string. And you got the bridge pickup tone, slightly dirty. You know, we're going for like a classic rock. I'm picking Pink Floyd meets Led Zeppelin meets Queen. And tons of reverb because you want to emulate the sound of a piano sustain pedal. And Shine On You Crazy Diamond, since I've been loving you, that's the concept here. So we pick it up here from bar 36. Okay, picking up measure before we come in, we got this G-sharp 7, that long dramatic pedal point. So we're using picking fingers here. Remember, that's where you had to let go. So now we pick up here, bar 36. Okay, what I did was I decided, in order, for the sake of keeping the bass note ringing, like use the same finger as opposed to trying to go. Then I'm kind of screwed. I'd be hard pressed to get that A note and then keep this F sharp note ringing. So I went. Better to keep some notes ringing cleanly than try to keep all of them ringing cleanly and then fudge some of them, right? So bar 36. And then this is pretty cool. Here you have to let go of that pedal tone, but let the bass hold it. Okay, before we go any further, yeah, just analyzing it a little bit, we get this G sharp 7, D sharp diminished, all over that ringing G pedal point, and F sharp minor. That low third in there is pretty. And bar 39, he does this. He goes, that's that Neapolitan triad we looked at earlier. Remember in the beginning when it went. We went from D over F sharp to G sharp major, very haunting cadence there. So check out the voice leading. Now the first time he's going, da, da, bar 39, da, da, da. Right, that's so haunting. And then out of the blue, he just goes to A. And then F sharp minor 6, G sharp major, and bar 42, we're back to the original theme. Now, what I did initially is I didn't try to play this very arduous grip here where you're holding the C sharp bass note, because in context, you hear that as C sharp minor. Yeah, you know, with the third in the bottom. It's like you hear this as E minor, right? Not G6. So, yeah, bar 40, F sharp minor 6, G sharp, it's the 5 chord of C sharp minor. Then we have the melody comes in here. Da, 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 bar 43. We're doing the same thing we did earlier. Notice again how I use that 2 open D and E strings ringing to get into this grip. Okay, now this time we stay in this grip and we just go to a higher arpeggio. Okay, this is bar 47. Here I chose, again, to play 2 notes on the same string, sacrifice a little bit of sustain, but the alternative is to try to go, yeah, that's kind of that's a weird grip, especially to get into from coming from somewhere else. You know, you're going from E major, bar 46. Yeah, I got lucky that time, but half the time I would like budge a note, so I think it's better. You can do that. It'd be 7, 4, 7, 5. See? Or you could play it safe like I just did. And you're back to E again. Okay, G sharp 7 over D sharp. It's like, think of it as this G sharp 7 bar chord, but without the low bass note. A little bit of a stretch here. Now here, instead of playing this G sharp over B sharp here, like I did earlier, I'm doing it up here now. It's a more compact grip. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm now going to this higher inversion of C sharp minor. Okay, so after we're back up to this E shape, G sharp 7 over D sharp. It's like this G sharp bar chord, but you're not playing the low, you're playing the 5th in the bass. You might want to bar the whole thing, you know, just as an insurance policy in case you hit one of those other strings. It's going to sound like an agreeable chord tone. G sharp minor, and then back to this. G sharp 7 over B sharp. That's again where I'm playing the 2 8s, and then 7, 9. 2 notes in the same string. You know, most of them ring together. It's better than none of them, right? And then C sharp minor, bar that. And now D over F sharp. Again, another instance of 2 notes on the same string because I couldn't see any other way to play that. You're gonna do this. G sharp 7, and then we're back to C sharp minor in bar 51. And that becomes C sharp major. We're doing the same idea we did earlier, but now up a whole step. Beethoven makes these interesting themes and variations. F sharp minor, and you play the bass note. Get that going with the arpeggios. F sharp minor, B7 over D sharp, 3 times, E, and this is probably the most challenging part here. Bar 57, you got A major 7, sorry, A major 7 over C sharp, D sharp diminished 7, that's a little bit of a stretch, 6, reaching back to 2, 4, 2, there's really no alternative there. So it's 4 chords, there's like 4 changes in the bar, so you might want to practice first going. Get the grips down, so. A lot of this is anticipating, like knowing it's coming up and mustering all your concentration and care, diligence here. Barring here. And then this is beautiful, F sharp minor 6 over A, G sharp sus4, F sharp minor 6. Again, 2 notes in the same string, but who cares at this point, right? C sharp minor over G sharp, G sharp 7. We're coming down a home stretch here. This is like the cool down. Melody goes down really low. Okay, here I'm playing this G sharp 7 or B sharp up here, as opposed to, remember that there near the beginning? But here, because we're going to a higher inversion right after that, going to C sharp minor here. Hold that bar chord, and then this more diminished 7th arpeggios. Yeah, you just have to let go of the root there. It's more important to play those melody notes cleanly because at this point and other points throughout the piece, the accompaniment, these arpeggios become the melody. You know, the actual melody drops out. So. That's repeated. Then bar 64, the final stretch here, C sharp minor, lower inversion of C sharp minor. Take care to finger that cleanly, and then C sharp minor over G sharp. And then a nice C sharp 5 with the 5th in the bass, give it the extra fatness, that girth. One more time, and then one last time, real soft, pianissimo. And now we're all ready for the melody, which I'll start showing you in the next segment.